How do you remember a tragedy? What should happen to the tower? Questions the Grenfell Memorial Commission will answer one day. But for now, 4 years after it was created and more than 6.5 years after the fire, there's a report on its progress. Where have we got to?
We've listened. We've listened, and that's the major part of this exercise, really. Our community hadn't been listened to before, and this hopefully reflects the fact that they were listened to.
Sandra Ruiz lost her niece Jessica in the fire and is a member of the memorial committee. How hard is it making a memorial for Grenfell?
It was never going to be easy because the community that we're consulting is so wide, such a large group of people and such a diverse group of people.
This, for example, was an early suggestion put forward by a survivor. The tower turned into a high-rise remembrance garden, but at the moment there's no definite design or plan, though some sort of government-funded memorial garden looks like the likely option.
Green is a big theme, but it can't only just be a garden. There are other themes that correlate with that, such as height. People want to be able to see and be impacted by something in the skyline.
The government will have the final say on the memorial and what happens to the tower. They have previously indicated it might eventually have to be dismantled. And if it does come down, what happens to the concrete remains of the tower will become a sensitive issue. After all, this is the place where 72 people died, and the report effectively says the building would have to be buried, in their words, laid to rest at a sacred site.
And welcome back to Ground Zero. The memorial here described as having a solemnness and a simplicity which people say is absolutely perfect.
And Grenfell Tower has had guidance from the Twin Towers, the 9/11 Memorial Commission helping the community in North Kensington. How hard was it to create the memorial in New York?
It's very challenging. You have to realize that the people who are most directly concerned with a memorial are the people who have lost a loved one. We've spoken with the Grenfell folks over the years. In our case, the effort of working through the disagreements among the constituent groups, among the stakeholders, took a lot of time.
At Grenfell, the tower stands still. This is still a community reflecting on a tragedy.
Rags, how will they make this decision then?
Well, the government will have the final say after the recommendations are given by the Grenfell Memorial Commission. Today, the Housing Secretary, Michael Gove, said he is supporting the Grenfell community, absolutely committed to the vision of this memorial. Work could start as soon as 2026, but I think, like everything at Grenfell, like the inquiry, it will be delayed slightly. But as we saw there, it needs to take its time. I think eventually there will be some sort of memorial garden. And quite an amazing story coming from New York is that there was a tree which is called the survivor tree, and it survived Ground Zero. And one of those seeds has actually been given to the Grenfell community. Wow. So in that memorial garden in North Kensington, at some point, there will be a 9/11 tree which grows in that memorial garden.
Oh, wow, that's really interesting. Rags, thank you.